So welcome students. In today's class we will be looking into geography second lesson, climate and natural vegetation of India. So we all know the word climate, right? So it's a easy chapter in case, but you should know the map of India for this chapter to be learnt well. So as we do, we will also be discussing about that. So what are the factors affecting the climate of India? So climate of India is affected by the factors of latitude, altitude, distance from the seas, monsoon wind, relief features and jet stream. So we have latitude, altitude, distance from the sea, monsoon wind, relief features and jet stream. So 6 factors. There are 6 reasons why the climate of India is like this, okay, and we are going to learn that in detail. Latitude. Now when you talk about India, we only our lower classes you would have learnt about Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. Tropic of Cancer is a line, that imaginary line that passes through the center of the world, and if you see, those regions will be very hot, so that you have to remember. So the areas towards the upper part of Tropic of Cancer and the lower part of the Tropic of Cancer, if you measure that distance, that is called as latitude. Okay. So latitudinally, India lies between 8 degree 4 inch north and 37 degree 6 inch north latitude. So we lie in the northern part of the Tropic of Cancer. The Tropic of Cancer divides the country, which country we are learning about? India, into 2 equal halves. So the Tropic of Cancer, it runs across India and it divides India into 2 equal halves. The area located to the south of Tropic of Cancer. So to the south means down part. So when you think about India, the northern part is Jammu and Kashmir, to give you an outline, and the southern part where we live, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, all these are in the southern part. So the areas that are located to the south of Tropic of Cancer experiences high temperature and no severe cold season throughout the year, whereas the areas to the north of this parallel enjoys subtropical climate. So tropical climate is even a hot climate, but different changes in the season. So here you have to remember latitude. Altitude means height. Okay, when the altitude increases, so when the height increases, the temperature will decrease. You all know this, right? So when we go to Ooty or Kodaikanal, since we travel a huge amount of height, what will happen is the temperature will reduce. Temperature decreases at the rate of 6.5 degrees Celsius for every 1000 meters of ascent. So when we climb 1000 meters up, how much will the temperature decrease? 6 degrees it will decrease. It is called the normal lapse rate. Here places in the mountains are cooler than the places on the plains. So mountains we all know, plain is the general land, the normal land is called as a plain. So here if you see, Chennai is a plain area, Ooty, Kodaikanal, these are mountainous or hilly regions. Ooty and several other hill stations of South India and of the Himalayan range. So we already know Himalayas is a mountain range, so it is higher, like Mussoorie, Shimla, they all experience cooler seasons, are much cooler than the places located on the Great Plains. So distance from the sea. So the third one is distance from the sea. A large area of India, especially the peninsular region, is not very far from the sea. So peninsular region, we already learned this in the previous classes. So we are not very far from the sea. We have Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean, all that surrounding our places. So we are not very far from the sea. And this entire area has a clear maritime influence. Maritime is sea influence. Okay. climate, this part of the country does not have a very clearly marked winter, and the temperature is equable almost throughout the year. So when it is when the area is very close to the sea, we really don't have clear winter, and the climate here is throughout the year it is almost the same. Areas of the central and north India. So here we have to remember, again let me tell you, north is Jammu and Kashmir, central is somewhere like Delhi, you can think about. Areas of central and north India experience much seasonal variation in temperature due to the absence of influence of sea. So we know already our seas are located down south, north part we don't have seas, so they have different seasonal temperatures. Here summers are hot, where in North India and in central India summers will be very hot and the winters will be very cold. The annual temperature, annual means the whole year temperature at Cochin, where now Cochin is in the south, does not exceed 30 degrees Celsius, as its location is on the coast. So where is Kerala? If you see, it is on the coast, right? So coast of the sea. So it is very much close to the sea, so its temperature will not exceed 30 degrees Celsius. While it 30 degrees as its location is on the coast, while it is as high as 40 degrees Celsius at Delhi. So Delhi is in the central part, so no sea influence, so it will have hot temperature. Since it is located in the interior part, interior means inside. Air near the coast, so now you must remember, Kerala is near the sea. So what will happen, the air that comes from the sea will be moisture. Moisture is, it will be wet. So air near the coast has more moisture and greater potential to produce precipitation. Precipitation is sweat, okay. So if you have been to Kerala, you will know the climate will not be too heavy, but still you will have that sensation of sweating. Due to this fact, the amount of rainfall at Kolkata, there again Kolkata we go back on top, located near the coast is 119 centimeter, and it decreases to just 24 centimeter at Bikaner, which is located in the interior part. So Kolkata receives more. So when you move towards it, towards the interior part, the rainfall will be less. Monsoon wind. Monsoon we already know, seasonal winds are called as monsoon winds. The most dominant means very particular factor which affects the climate of India is the monsoon winds. These are seasonal reversal winds. So these are seasonal. Seasonal means for a particular time, and they are reversible winds. So and India remains in the influence of these winds for a considerable part of the year. Though the sun's rays are vertical over the central part of India during the mid-June. So what happens is, we already learned that Tropic of Cancer runs across India in the center. So what happens is, sun rays will be exactly at the center, at which part? Central part of India. So somewhere like in Delhi. Okay, in the mid-June. The summer season ends in India by the end of May. We all know we have summer season in the month of May. It is because, so now here what they are trying to tell you is, the sun's rays will be there, the vertical straight sun rays will be there up to June, but the central part of India will have summer only up to the month of May. Why? Because the onset of southwest monsoon brings down the temperature of the entire India and causes moderate to heavy rainfall in many parts of the country. Now southwest. Now already I told you, north is Jammu and Kashmir, south is somewhere near Kerala, Tamil Nadu, west is Gujarat part. Okay, on to your if your map is in front of you, that means to your left you have west. So because of the southwest monsoon, so the winds that the winds that come because of the southwest, they bring down the temperature, and so what happens is, the temperature of central India gets lowered. Similarly, the climate of southeast India is also influenced by the northeast monsoon. So, southeast is which part? Tamil Nadu and above Karnataka, those places are called as southeast. So, their temperature gets lowered because of the northeast monsoon. Relief of India has a great bearing on the major elements of climate such as temperature, atmospheric pressure, direction of winds and the amount of rainfall. The Himalayas acts as a barrier. Barrier is like a compound wall, you can imagine. So, it's like a wall, okay. Now, it acts as a barrier for what? To the freezing cold wind that blows from Central Asia. So, it blocks the freezing cold wind which comes from Central Asia and keeps the Indian subcontinent warm. So, because it's blocking the freezing wind that comes, India still remains warm. As much the North India experiences tropical climate even during winter. Tropical is something like a hot climate. So, even during winter, the northern part of India, they experience tropical climate. During southwest monsoon, areas on the western slope of the Western Ghats receive heavy rainfall. Remember, western part is the Deccan Plateau that we have on the west. So, that is the western slope, Western Ghats we have, where we have Kerala coming into picture. On the contrary, vast areas of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu lie in the rain shadow or leeward side of the Western Ghats, receive very little rainfall. So, now you must understand that all these places, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana, they lie on the shadow of the Western Ghats. So, shadow is like the monsoon will not cross that and cross the Western Ghats and hit you in the these places. So, we are called as the rain shadow region. So, rain will not strike us completely. So, because we are in the shadow, or we call it as a leeward side. During this season, Mangalore, located on the coast, so Mangalore is a place which is on the coast of the sea, gets rainfall about 280 centimeters, whereas Bengaluru, located on the leeward side. What is leeward side? The side where the fall of rain is less, receives only 50 centimeter rainfall. Jet streams. Streams are nothing but winds. Jet streams are the fast moving winds blowing in a narrow zone in the upper atmosphere. So, wind which blows towards the upper part of the atmosphere is called as jet streams. According to the jet stream theory, the onset of southwest monsoon is driven by the shift of the subtropical westerly jet from the plains of India towards the Tibetan plateau. So, Tibet is on the north. So, what will happen is these winds, they will shift from the south to the north across the Tibetan plateau. The easterly jet, that what we spoke about was westerly. Now, easterly jet stream cause tropical depressions both during southwest monsoon and retreating. Retreating is the reversal monsoon time. Next, we go on to monsoon. Monsoon means seasons. The word monsoon has been derived from the Arabic word mawsim, which means season. Originally, the word monsoon was used by Arab navigators. Navigators are people who travel using seas, okay. They travel from one place to the other several centuries ago to describe a system of seasonal reversal of winds along the shores of the Indian Ocean. So, this word was given by the Arab people. They used this to tell about the winds, especially in Indian Ocean and or Arabian Sea. It blows from the southwest to the northeast during summer. So, these winds, they blow from the southwest. So, you have to imagine the place, okay. South, again let me repeat, north is Jammu and Kashmir, south is Tamil Nadu, and southwest will be towards the left part of your map, okay, and northeast during summer, from the northeast to the southwest during winter. So, how will they blow? southwest to the northeast during summer. So from the left to the right during summer and from the northeast to the southwest during winter. Meteorologists have developed a number of concepts about the origin of monsoons. According to the dynamic concept, monsoon wind originates or begins due to the seasonal migration of planetary winds and pressure belts following the position of the sun. So now why does monsoon wind begin? Because there is migration. Migration means movement of what? Planetary winds, and there is a pressure belt which is being formed due to the position of the sun. During summer solstice, the sun's rays fall vertically over the Tropic of Cancer. So during the summer time, what happened? Tropic of Cancer, the sun rays falls exactly on the Tropic of Cancer. Therefore, all the pressure and wind belts of the globe shift northwards. At this time, intertropical convergence zones also move northward, and a major part of Indian land mass comes under the influence of the southeast trade winds. While crossing equator, these winds get deflected and takes the direction of the southwest and becomes southwest monsoon. During the winter season, the pressure and the wind belts shift southward. So there it is northward, now it will shift towards the south. Thereby it will establish northeast monsoon over this region. Such systematic change in the direction of planetary winds is known as monsoon. So next part we go to seasons. So before we go to seasons, let me first show you the map here. This is the southwest monsoon in India. Now if you see here, the north part is on top, the south is on the bottom. We have east on your right hand side and left on your west side. So now here on the topic here is southwest. So south, where is south? Down part. So this is your south, okay, this is your south. And now if you see this part where you have Gujarat and all that going upward, that is your west part. So it goes like this, it crosses the Himalayas and it turns back, and now it becomes what? Now this is southeast, this part becomes southeast. So that's what we are trying to show. Here northeast, northeast is this part on top is north. So the wind flows from the north, it goes towards the east part and goes down to the south. So this is northeast. So you should remember which part is east and which part is west. Unless you understand that, it will be very hard for you to go through the lesson. So go through this part first. Okay, and now we move on to seasons. The meteorologists recognize the 4 distinct seasons in India. They are winter season, which is from Jan to Feb, summer season, which is from March to May, southwest monsoon or rainy season, which is from June to September, northeast monsoon, which is from October to December. So now which part we are in? Northeast monsoon only, winter season. So all of us know about the winter season, which is a winter season January and February. Generally December we say, but January, February. During this period, the vertical rays of the sun falls over Tropic of Capricorn, which is far away from India. So this is not Tropic of Cancer, this is Tropic of Capricorn. So the sun rays falls on the Tropic of Capricorn. So but Tropic of Capricorn is far from India. Hence, India receives the slanting sun rays, which results in low temperature. So sun rays are not straight, so it's slanting. So we have low temperature. The cold weather season is characterized means is seen by clear sky. So we can see clear sky. We have fine weather, light northerly winds. So from the north we have winds. Low humidity, the sweating level is very low. Large daytime, so we have daytime to be large variation and large daytime variations of temperature. During this season, a high pressure develops over North India. So high pressure is developed in which part of India? North part of India, and northwesterly wind blows down the Indus and Ganges valley. So Indus and Ganges is on the north. So from the north to the west the wind blows. In South India, the general direction of wind is from east to west. So if you take South India, the wind will always most probably blow from the eastern part to the western part. So you should know which is the eastern part, which is the western part. So for convenience, let me tell you, east is on the right and west is on your left. So if you keep your map in front, it's that way. The rain during this season generally occurs over the western Himalayas. So during this season, who will get lot of rain? Western Himalayas will get rain. Tamil Nadu, Kerala, western disturbances and associated trough in westerlies are main rain bearing systems in the northern part of the country. The jet stream, that is the wind, plays a dominant role in bringing these disturbances to India. So we face this because of the wind. Western disturbances cause rainfall in Punjab, Haryana and Himachal Pradesh, whereas snowfall in the hills of Jammu and Kashmir. The rainfall is very useful for the cultivation of winter wheat. So wheat, you know, godume. So for this, that rainfall is very, very useful. Summer season. During this season, the vertical rays of the sun falls over the peninsular India. Hence, there is a steady increase in temperature. So what will happen now? Summer season, sun rays will fall straight on India. So we have high temperature and it's from the south to the north. It is practically hot and dry in the entire country in the initial part of this season. We all know that, right? Weather over the land areas of the country influenced by thunderstorms associated with rain and sometimes with hail, mostly in the middle and later part. So weather over the land areas of the country, so most of the middle and later part, they have thunderstorms, they have even hail, that is like mist you will see during the middle and the later part. During this season, temperature starts increasing all over the country, and by April the interior part, interior means the central part of South India, records mean daily temperature of 30 to 35 degrees Celsius. Central Indian landmass becomes hot with daytime maximum temperature reaching about 40 degrees Celsius at many locations. So central India will have hot and maximum temperature. Because of the atmospheric pressure conditions, the wind blows from south to west to the northeast direction in Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. So you have to remember this, from where to where will the wind blow? From the southwest to the northeast. They bring pre-monsoon showers. Pre-monsoon is before the monsoon can come, there will be some few rainfall due to the west coast during the month of May. We already know that in the month of May, during hot climate also we will get some rain. There are few thunder showers called mango showers, which helps in quick ripening of mangoes along the coast of Kerala and Karnataka. Nor'westers or kalbashiks are the local storms with thunder that blow from northwestern part and rain lasting for short duration. So what are northwesters? They are local storms, puyal, local storms. They have thunder, lightning and thunder will be there, and they will blow from northwestern part, and the rain will last for very short time. It occurs over the eastern and northeastern parts over Bihar, West Bengal and Assam during April and May. They approach the stations from the northwesterly directions. So we have learnt about 2 seasons today. So go through these 2 seasons having your map in hand, then only you will be able to understand. So the remaining 2 we will be looking back into our next class.